The malvivientes, malandrins, desvelados, y pa los crudos. Serio, huh? You already know we're right here at work. An early one today, right? Because we almost out this bitch. Like I said, the grind never stops for us. Even though we wish we could just be at home, just chilling, resting, sleeping. But it is what it is. I hope everybody had a lovely, New Year's Eve, right? I hope everybody stays safe out there. To my surprise, it seemed pretty peaceful yesterday, right? Yeah, at least in my area, right? We didn't hear no sirens, no ghetto birds like we normally do. So, it was a change for once. So it wasn't that, bad over there. But yeah, we started an early shift today, like I said. But we really wish we could just be at home just chilling, huh? Especially it'd be cold, bro, and it's like you really don't want to get up. That's why like half of the world is probably still asleep right now. More than half the world is still asleep right now. Shit, I don't even blame them. But then I do know that people also celebrate today, right? They have like barbecues and shit like that. Um, but that's like way too much though already. Maybe when we were young, like you're able to just drink nonstop. For the young bucks out there. But I decided to hop on, chop it up with individuals, see what the talk of the town is going down. The word on the curve. You heard me. If anybody was even going to be online. Because you already know, like I said, practically half of the world is probably still asleep. Because even when I was coming to work, bro, the streets were dead as hell, bro. They looked like there was nobody out there. I'm like, damn, it's like a ghost town. And it's never like that. The streets are always packed up. So, especially on a weekday. So it's a trip just to see, like, fucking it all empty with no traffic. I wish it could be like that all the damn time around this bitch. Hello, bro. What's good, carnal? Nothing much, just chilling, my boy, chilling. Aquí en el trabajo. Desvelado. Y ocupamos una chela para, para estar bien. Pero like I said, the grind never stops. Happy New Year. Hey, likewise, carnal. I hope que todos se la pasaron bien. I want to travel to Mexico. Serio? No, Mexico's lovely. There is nice parts of Mexico. You know, not to live, but to visit. Living is a whole different animal, right? Because of you know of all the corruption and the unfairness, right? Wages and all that. It wouldn't be a good place to live, but as to say to visit, yeah, lovely parts. I know when people try to describe Mexico, they try to make it sound dangerous and like ghetto whatever like that. But every part of the fucking planet has a dangerous part to it or an ugly side to it, right? It's not all lovely. I'm pretty sure there's fucking like even in these fucking nice areas they got their bad spots where you can end up missing. But yeah, there's certain parts of Mexico that are beautiful. What's cracking like in Derek? Happy New Year's, carnal. Just getting ready for work. That's right, my boy. So at least I'm not the only one. you know, the year just started. All kinds of crazy shit going on already. New Orleans 10 dead, 35 injured in car crash. Oh yeah, I did see yesterday. Like a few things popping up, but it was mostly like car crashes though. It wasn't like, let's say, like somebody going out there and like fucking, like shooting and hunting and shit like that, right? But yeah, a lot of fucking car crashes. But that's people are gonna fucking drunk and get in their car and drive drunk. Like I'm not gonna lie, that was me a lot of times. Shit, there's sometimes I didn't even know how the fuck I managed to drive. Did you see they found an ISIS flag on the truck of the? Did they? So it was ISIS. The driver also shot 2 cops before they killed. Oh damn! So the damn. So he wanted to start this year with a bang, huh? Like that fool was just on a mission. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, that's how ISIS tends to recruit its members, right? Propaganda. A lot of people just use you know groups like that just to fucking go and commit their own crimes for whatever reason they have, right? Like sometimes it won't even be for their cause or their ideology, right? But it's just a way for them to fucking, I don't know, attach themselves to something, right? But yeah, I do understand that they have videos online, right? If you find them, whatever, and they fucking pollute these people, and they could be anywhere around the world, right? Because obviously, wherever there's internet access, right, you'll have individuals that will get fucking, manipulated, brainwashed into, following their extremist views, right? And then they go out there and they fucking commit, crimes or whatever. I blame culture. If some females just showed him her chichis, all that could have been. What's funny is that you're not even lying, bro. A lot of these individuals' sexual frustration is sometimes the motives for these individuals, right? Because they're miserable, that they can't find nobody, and they're horny, I guess. I really don't know, right? But yeah, a lot of them guys, do they blame, their anger does come from like that kind of source, right? Like the fact that nobody likes them and yada yada. But it's like, whoa, how's this gonna make it any better though, bro? You just tarnish your whole entire fucking existence. Like you felt like you didn't really have an existence before, now you really don't have one. ¿Qué hubo, Mr. Clean, mexicano? Eso es todo. El Mexican Mr. Clean, dijo. Aquí nomás, hijo. Pelón y cabrón. Bien, Ricas. Oh, what's cracking, Mr. Paz is definitely up in the casa for the raza. Whoa, whoa. Working. Oh, at the Rose Bowl? Oh. Órale. Stayed in Oregon Ducks. Eso es todo. Who won? Ohio, huh? Don't those suicide bombers get promise 76 virgins? Imagine they're tortas or ugly. At that point, bro, if for these individuals to be doing this kind of stuff in order to get laid, I'm pretty sure they don't really care how it looks as long as it's just an actual woman, or to some, not even that, as long as there's just a hole. Right? That's crazy. And why would they want a virgin for? That's crazy. I'm assuming they would want somebody with experience, right? They're actually able to go in on, hey, but whatever tickles their pickle. What do you think about liars that get caught with the lies and say or think to themselves the truth is what they make it out to be? Oh no, well, I mean, a liar's always gonna, say that the truth is whatever they want it to be, right? At least in their own head. They're delusional, bro. It's actually a sad existence, bro. Like knowing that you're wrong, all evidence shows that you're wrong and that you're lying, right? But you're still gonna be saying that it's not true, and it's like when everyone could see it's a lie. It's just like, damn. Like the fact that you have to actually, create this delusion, right, just to satisfy your own, emotions is fucking quite a sad existence. Keep going. I'm almost finished. ¿En serio? Pinches vatos maníacos. Pour it on your own time out. No, 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 no. Puros maníacos aquí. Ah. Estamos empezando el año nuevo bien. Ah. Huh. Yeah, but as for the suicide bombers and all that, like, it's it's more mind blowing that they're able to grab religion, right, and use it and twist it into their own fucking disturbing plots, right, where there's like they feel like somehow this is the work that God wants you to do, or Allah or whoever, right? Like this will ensure your fucking seat, in the kingdom, right? If you go out there and fucking just blow yourself up and take all kinds of innocent people with you, that is some crazy shit, bro. Like, how the fuck did they get that from something that's supposed to be so positive? You know what I mean? And motivational. The psyche of a person, huh? The human mind, what a trip. How how people could be hearing the same story, right, but get two completely different opinions out of it. Like it's fascinating, huh? I think I'm the only one that finds this kind of shit interesting. Can you twerk, bro? It will turn. Can I twerk? Oh, bro. There's channels for that. There's websites for that. Happy New Year's. I'm still relaxing, chilling at home. Oh, eso es todo, carnal. That's good, homie. Yeah, I feel you. Too much partying, no? Shit, everyone's probably relaxing right now. And Happy New Year's to you too, carnal. Shit, we wish we could be at home chilling. We're almost out though. Like in about an hour and a half, so I ain't even tripping. You know. Oh, I think I didn't close it right. My soda got flat. Ninja? My ninja, he said. There was a shooting. There's some popping fireworks at night yesterday again. Oh, all right, all right. Yeah, I know there was all kinds of fireworks. Possibly gunshots in the middle of all those fireworks. um, but what else is new? It sounded like a war zone out there tonight. It was 12. I was like, damn, bro, they were not fucking around. Would you say? Would you say is the largest barrio in SGV El Monte Flores or Puente? Maybe Puente, but it would be close. It would be close. Because Lomas is big too, and so is Bassett. But I would probably say Puente because the amount of territory their barrio covers, right? So and plus they got like so many different cliques as well, right? Um, yeah, probably Puente because there's a lot of different gangs in El Monte too, so it kind of makes expansion. They're not able to expand more like Puente that dominates their area. Because in El Monte you have El Monte Rifa, you have El Monte Flores, El Monte Hicks. You know what I'm saying? Um, so oh no, it's Monte. That was Monte. Yeah. They was in the neighborhood yesterday. Orale. The Rose Bowl kicked off today. Yeah. Serio. And the Rose Parade too, no? That shit was busy for you or what? Yeah, I know, definitely right there. There's a lot of shit that pops off on New Year's Day, no? And Ohio and Oregon Ducks, I mean, that's kind of a good game. They could have chose, something a little bit better, but they should have chose USC versus UCLA, huh? Fuck yeah. It's always exciting seeing them, even though, it's always a lopsided game. But just to have that rivalry spice, on there, right? I think that's what's lacking in the NFL and the NBA when they do like games, during the holidays. I think they should put like the teams that have rivalries. I think that will make the games a little bit more exciting for people to tune in or whatever, right? Because something about a rivalry just makes it a little bit more chingon. Hi, 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 hi. Hello. Nah, but I think rivalry would spice things up. Like if they on Christmas Day is like Lakers versus Celtics, that'd be some chingon shit. Or Raiders versus Chiefs or whatever the fuck. But teams with rivalries though, you know, it'll help viewership. It's all about the viewership, no? They got to know how to market themselves a little bit better. Because lately they've been putting games that's like nobody really gives a fuck about, right? Like teams that are like irrelevant. The Rose Parade, oh, my bad. Yeah, it's crazy how the fucking pinches floats that they come up with, huh? Out there, imagine how long it takes to fucking build those shits or make those shits. That shit is crazy. Like how the fuck? Like who do they choose to even like fucking get to do those kind of things? Like to make those floats. Like where the fuck do you like fucking sign up for that kind of shit? They need to have a Mexican one. Todo solo. Ah, un pinche lowrider on a Lolo. Happy New Year's. Hey, likewise, carnal. Hey, I send mines, my boy, your way. The only thing I did on my holiday vacation was visiting some of the family members on Christmas Eve. That's right, my boy. That's good though. Getting the fam together, fam bam. Having a few, chelas. Sometimes you don't really gotta do all too much, but just enough. I know that partying is not for everybody. También to be out there fucking wilding out. Because I know like people they go clubbing and partying for their fucking New Year's and shit like that or their holidays. Be at a club like, ay vergas. Our former clubs were the backyard boogies, my boy. Backyard boogie. Like while pinche DJ to have the homies whip pull up, pop the trunk, have that motherfucker blasting, posted in the alley drinking. I didn't go club party that much anymore. Yeah, I feel you, bro. After a while, the age eventually kicks in. Way more crazy now. Yeah, and not only that, but the more we age and the more wiser we get, right? Those type of environments and sceneries is just not appealing no more. Um, Especially with everybody's mentality around, right? It just it just doesn't line up with your views no more. And that's just a part of maturing, getting older, growing up. Comes with the territory. You know, because like I said, you're you're not bettering yourself, you're not improving yourself, and you're not really going anywhere if you're already old, but you still have the mentality of someone that's like 14, 15 years old. It's kind of like bro, like well, get yourself together, homie. You know, like you're thinking like a fucking 15 or 14 year old, and it's like, you know, like you can't really say you're winning in life with that kind of mental though at that age, or caring and worrying about the most insignificant things like a lot of these individuals do. Like imagine being like 40 or 50 years old and still caring about people seeing you as tough or someone that's about the business. And it's like, bro, don't you got your grandkids to be playing with right now? Like this guy over here. You know what I mean? Like that shit that at that age you shouldn't be worrying about. You know this so-called respect, and it's not like what it used to be. No, there's dancing and there are way more shootings and all. Yeah, I feel you on that. The music's gotten crappier too. Like, but at the same time, people can't even say like, oh, that the dancing is like more like um stupid or whatever, because back in the days you had some dances that were like, what the fuck, like the sprinkler and the running man. That was kind of like, well, I don't know about those moves, right? Like during the time generation, you get like these weird dances, like when people saying, I hear people talking about like the gritty, right? Like, oh, that shit is so stupid. But it's like, well, seeing somebody doing the greedy, but imagine seeing someone do the sprinkler. I mean, is there really that much of a difference? You know what I mean? But at least, the old school songs still hit way more better, right? Whenever you hear some electric funk, 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 funk. Barclays. Dun, 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 dun. Because you hear that's the thing though, that like the music from our times, like as soon as you put it on, bro, like it catches everybody's attention compared to the music that you hear nowadays. It really doesn't hold, it doesn't impact the way that the back in the day songs used to, right? You throw on some Death Row and you'll see that motherfucker cracking with the quickness. Hello, what's good? And even though in our times you did have some songs that were like grotesque, sexual, right? It's not as bad as the music nowadays, right? It's practically porn on with no video, porn audio. A lot of degrading on the women's behalf. The lack of respect for the women is crazy. At the same time, are the Puentes cliques not a whole barrio like Pacoima? See, the thing with them is that they're not as dysfunctional as Pacoima, right? Some cliques, a lot of the cliques could coexist, right? And there's just some cliques that are like, there's some cliques that are just not, in the loop, right? They kind of like they have their own thing going on, right? But a majority of them tend to be on the same page. While Pacoima, they're all on different pages, right? They're all, you know, dysfunctional. And like, let's say as like when we're talking about unity, right? Not as their actual neighborhood, but as the whole. Um, yeah, so if you look at it from that sense, then yeah, you could say El Monte is bigger, right? Because they're actually, all structured as a whole. So, but then if we're looking at it like that, we might even say that Base Grande might be the biggest. Now the music is just meant to give you the don't man jump like corn, no meaning or raw emotions. Yeah, pretty much is right. Because it's not even yeah, because it's not even motivating people to actually dance. Like back in the days, at least you had songs that the goal was to motivate people to actually be out there, jamming, right? Now it's kind of like just a way to, I guess, people to see women a certain way, or the way you should technically think and live, right? Or how you should prioritize your values and views, right? Money over everything and fuck these hoes, you know, trust no bitch. Like, is that so? Someone that's saying trust no woman or trust no hoe, whatever, is someone that you should probably not be taking your advice from, especially when it comes to relationships. Because clearly that person does not know what he's talking about, the reason why he chooses to say the things he says. Like, who hurt you, my guy? The largest barrio in uh, Boyo and East LA. What's the largest barrio in Boyle Heights in East LA? Probably Wyphens. They're the oldest. largest amount of territory. Because you could say Maravillas, but Maravillas, like I said, they're all different neighborhoods, right? So, yeah, probably Whitefins. And it's probably not even close. Whitefins is a very, very big neighborhood. Very, very, very big. And the territory is massive, bro. Like, massive, massive. Like their territory, like their neighborhood so big, like you and I know this because I know a lot of homies from Whitefins. That you have a lot of them that haven't even met each other. That's how many members there is, right? And more drug-related shootings, more gang-related shootings in there nowadays. Now I feel like gang-related shootings. There was more gang-related shootings back in our time because gun violence and the murder and the murder rate was higher in our generation than it was in these times, right? Because even though people like to say that there's more shootings now, technically, if you look at statistics, gun violence was higher, back in our time than it was actually in these times, um, which is a trip. I think maybe now because being older, you focus in more on that kind of information. That's why it may seem that there's more of that kind of crime occurring than like back in our days when we're younger. We really don't tend to home in on that kind of stuff, right? So we really don't pay attention to that kind of shit like when you're younger, right? Like about how many murders and what I'm saying. That's probably why it just seems like it's higher now, right? Because we're focusing in on that information. But statistically wise, it shows that in our time, gun violence and gang related homicides were higher than they are now. So meaning that more people were getting shot back in our days than they were now. So like I know people be like, oh, back in our days there was more putazos, but no, yeah, I think you're remembering it different because statistically wise, I mean, murder rate was a lot higher back then. Are you Mexican? Simon Carnal. Brocha gang, bigger than ever. Whoa, whoa. What up, shit? What's crying like in South? I thought it would be Primera Flat. No, you know what? Or Big Hazard. No, those gangs are big, but they're not as big as Wifens. So big Wifens is older, and Primera Flats. I think what it was for them is how the Pico Aliso projects were taken down. That also played a factor in like neighborhood wise for them, right? Because their projects were demolished. And when that happens to your neighborhood, you're gonna take an impact to it, right? The reason why the south central portion of Primera Flats is probably deeper than the East LA version. But don't get me wrong, those two gangs are still large in themselves, right? Gang related activity is no longer a thing. That was a 90s problem. No, it's still a thing, my boy. I think because of people's behaviors now, we tend to think that it's not an actual, thing, right? But people have to keep in mind that just because you see like a lot of individuals on the internet acting stupid and goofy and stuff like that, doesn't mean that that reflects on every individual or every individual acts like that. You feel me? Because out there's real individuals that still, move the same way that they did back then, right? And I mean, bodies are still being dropped, right? And like I said, activity's still happening, and I should know, right? That out there, shit's still cracking. You know, trust me. You know what I mean? But like I said, there's you're just not gonna see everybody putting everything online like you see some of these goofy individuals act, right? Like they're just crying for attention, but not everybody moves the same way. Wife is a big barrio. They got cliques in cities outside of Boyle Heights. No, but even just in Boyle Heights, like there's just a lot of them. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a lot of homies that are Wifens, a lot. Smiley, who's from MOD, he's from Wifens, so you know. What about the largest in Nella or the Southeast LA? Southeast LA. I don't know about the Southeast LA. Could be a lot of neighborhoods. Nella, probably the avenues. Avenues and yeah, avenues. Tunerville's up there too, but probably the avenues. And it's not even close. The avenues have a big amount of territory, bro. You know, all those avenues are practically their own neighborhood. I remember the first time, because I have a homie who's from my neighborhood, who ended up moving to, Nellis, right? And he ended up moving into the heart of the avenue, right? I remember the first time we went to go visit him, it was me and like 6 homies. Them fools, good, we didn't know, that was their territory at the time, right? Man, them fools came, no lie, they came maybe like 4 or maybe more carloads deep. Because they thought we were from like, some rivals or something like that, right? But then when we told them where we were from, they were like, "What? Where's that at?" "Oh, it's in the San Fernando Valley." "Oh shit!" And then we just like, "Oh yeah, the homie lives right." "Oh, orale, oh." But it was all cool. It was all gravy, But damn, them fools were deep, and they were packing. We didn't know it. We just thought it was just a regular area. Like, hey, bro, you live in the heart of this food? Like, oh, yeah. But it was all cool. They treated the homie, cool. Like, we ended up meeting a lot of those individuals, and they turned out to be homies. Like, good homies. Along the time, we would go over to his pad. He would, have already made friends with them, and they would be there. They were cool, chill together and whatnot, right? Like I said, it's just all about respect. You respect where you at, and you'll get respect. You show respect, you'll get respect. But then there's certain individuals, like, let's say, for example, they move into somebody else's territory, right? And then now they start posting up there. They start tagging the area up with their neighborhood, right? And now you're disrespecting their area, right? Because it's kind of like you're trying to you know advertise your stuff in their area, right? So it's gonna become an issue. You know, you gotta respect the area, like, can't now be like blasting your neighborhood all over their neighborhood and post it like if it's yours. You feel me? Because then they're gonna see it some type of way. But that's what a lot of individuals tend to do. And I'm not gonna lie, we made the same mistake, before. That's how we ended up beefing with some of these neighborhoods, right? Because we didn't give a fuck, like we said. Like, shit, we'll do whatever and wherever. But like I said, that's gonna come with conflicts and issues, Because like I said, they got pride in the neighbors, and nobody's just gonna allow another hood just to come in and try to fucking mob through like if it's theirs. You gotta respect people's terrain. Same thing with Lancaster and Westside Lancas, the Eastside BLCs. One of the biggest matters influence. The biggest. Oh yeah, Simon. And it's not like back when it was much worse. Cause yeah, like I said, the neighborhoods are not as big, and they're not as big and as out there like they once were, right? Like back in its prime days, right? Which is a good thing, but nonetheless, it's still something that's out there and still something that's dangerous, and shouldn't be taken lightly. You know what I mean? All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over, and we're almost out this bitch. So thank God, bro. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.